What's up everyone, and we're back here high on octane. I'm at the shop. Kind of lied to you guys. The motor's taking just a little bit long, and I got one little thing that I wanted to do before it came back also. I need to get this radiator mounted in here, and how I'm going to do that is basically tuck it in here. I'm going to cut about right here and right here, let that slide in there, drill a couple holes, bolt it in, and just maybe cap those off, or weld a little horseshoe on there. Yeah, so the reason the motor's taking a little bit longer, I guess the new valves that I put in the head didn't seat well, so I might have to take it in to a head shop and get some head work done. So that could take a couple weeks, he said. So I'm just gonna get a little bit more stuff going on this thing and get this motor back soon. So I'm gonna, like I said, cut that here just because this fan back here doesn't quite fit in between there. So I'm gonna get it somewhat off center, just enough there. Might have to cut a little section out there for the cap. Yeah, I'll just take a couple marks here, just cut it right there pretty much, and right here, so that fan will be able to sit in there, and then make a new mount over the top of it. And with these guys right here, I'll just drill a couple holes right in my frame here, run a bolt through, nut, and be done there. So I'm going to give me a couple marks there. Right there. Boom. Just get that little section cut out from that mark to here and get this thing in there. Cut out. That's basically what I'm going to do here. What I did in the back for the chain, just a little piece on top here, a little piece on top here, and I'm just going to reuse this, try to anyways, and just raise it up. So as you can see, I think I'm going to have to cut just a little bit more out of there because I can't quite get those holes up on top of that bar. So it made me another mark there. I'll have to cut up here a little bit, then all the way over to this cross piece here, so this whole thing will just sit in there, and then basically rebuild everything from that. I had to pull the grinder back out. I don't want to ruin any more bandsaw blades. There you go, kind of sitting in there, mocked up. We'll just have to cut more, I think. Have to cut that all the way out, I guess. And then, yep. Alright, got a big old hole in here. I think, honestly, since this really isn't that much structural, just, well, I guess it kind of is roller suspension. Never mind. Mainly just cap those off, I think. Continue this on, put a pipe in right there, and then I'll come down from here and weld right there. And then with the radiator, I'm just gonna have to get really custom, I think. So I unbolted this already. I might have to cut this plastic right here and then fold this back, because lucky me, it lands right on top of this bar, so it holds straight up, so I can't get the holes to line up with the bar here and drill a couple holes to mount that on. So yeah, gotta get a little custom. Alright, something kind of like that. So now, when I get this all going and stuff, I'll just take some baling wire, stick it through the fins here, come back through, just tie that off. Yeah, circle track stuff. Alright, got it bolted in there. So now I'm just gotta basically build a piece of frame up here that'll come right behind this guy and then like around the cap, so I can mount that up there. I mean, it's pretty solid, but get the rigidity back. And then basically, like I said earlier, take a piece from here to like down to this bar or something, give that rigidity back. Who knows, I might just leave that part alone just because that's the foot pedals and stuff, and that really doesn't need to be that solid. But I mean, it should work, right? Alright, so yeah, that radiator's mocked in there for now. I'm gonna have to build some stuff. I need to get some new tips for the welder because I melted a few of them, so I gotta find some of them. And some more pipe and stuff, so I'll be back here in a couple days. See you guys soon. What's up, guys? I'm back here. So my dad took the dang welder, so I guess I'm gonna have to wait a couple. I'll go grab it tomorrow. I'm not waiting no days. But I found a little bit of material here that I'm gonna use to re-weld this up here. It's the old cage that I pulled off of this because I'm building a whole new one, so I'm gonna use it for some scrap metal. Maybe even use it to build the engine mounts and stuff and everything, and it should work pretty good, I think. So yeah, here's the old cage here. It's pretty thin. You can tell how much I really extended this thing. Right there is where they used to mount in these little guys. Yeah, you can definitely tell from the video that ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna grab that welder tomorrow, get some pieces in there, and it sounds like the motor is gonna be ready for me in a couple of days. This week, he said. Head's good. Doesn't have to go to the head shop. So he said maybe next time it comes off I'll have to take it in and get it all recut and reseated, but for now it's gonna work and it's gonna run. So I'm getting pretty excited. So yeah, we'll see you back here in a little bit. What's up? I'm back here. Finally got the welder. Took a little bit longer than I wanted to. And I also got some cool little trick stuff to help me build this stuff. Check this out. Got me one of them cool tubing notchers hooked up to my drill press here. So I'll be able to use that. That'll be sweet. And then I got me a new welding helmet to help me out. Got the welder over there now. So first I'm just going to start off with this chunk here. I'm just going to take a measurement here and get this cut basically from the spot I was talking about earlier, right here to here. Get that piece in there. And then this guy back here I'm going to use to go up and over the radiator. So I'm going to have to cut some stuff off of here, get this mount bracket off, cut these guys off and these gussets, just so I can use this part right here. Put that over the radiator, get that welded up, and boom. So first here, I'm going to get this part cut off, because I won't be needing that. Basically just want this straight piece. Cool. So this part's cut at an angle, so I'm just going to get that cut straight so I can have a nice, I don't know, just don't want to get it cut straight. Oh, ow. Alright. So now I'm going to go over to the cart and get me a measurement, and then basically with that new hole saw deal, I'm going to cut it straight at a 90, get that half moon in there. And what I'm gonna have to do is take my measurement and measure not from the end, but a little bit inside. That way my hole saw goes on that mark and measures from inside to inside, and it gives that little bit of a hook on the other ends. So I'm gonna go do that quick. Okay, I got my measurement. It's 10 and 11/16. So like I said, I'm just gonna do a mark somewhat from the inside of there. Boom. Alright, got that out. So next, what I need to do is I need to figure out how to get a line drawn on this pipe straight, so that way I can line up the two cuts and make them perfect. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to take this square and just show you. Take my marquee right on this square. Boom. And I gotta slide it a little bit to the other end. Line my mark back up. And boom, something like that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a mark there. So now, let's go over to my new toy. So, before I start, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna flip this on, let it spin, get some lubricant, spray it in that shaft a little bit, let it kind of run down through there, get that nice and soft. Alright, I'm going to hook my hole saw onto this thing now. Take your hole saw, that's basically pretty dang close to the same size of diameter of your pipe here. Screw that guy on. Loosen him up a little bit. Take my line that I drew that you guys probably can't see still, and get it right on top here. Okay, so I gotta make an adjustment on this thing. I don't know if you can see that, but the hole saw is too far down already. So this little block will come loose, so I just gotta break that loose, slide it up 1/2 inch, and it'll be good. Okay, now next, what I'm gonna have to do is take the deck on this drill press and lower it down 1/2 inch. Boom. Tighten that back up. Now I'm ready to rock and roll. So like I said, I got my mark kind of on the inside there. So you want your edge of the hole saw right there. That way it just cuts, makes it a nice 1/2 moon. Do a dry run here. Okay, it's lined right up. Move all this crap out of my way. Oh. All right, ready. So now, what you want to do still, take your lubricant while it's cutting. You want to spray that hole saw so you don't ruin your hole saw and compromise your cut. So here we go. Get a light on in there. Haha, that's pretty fancy, isn't it? Now, I got this guy bolted to the plate on this. Let me adjust this a little bit for you guys. Okay. Got it bolted to the ground, not the ground, the plate. And now I'm just gonna slowly put that on there, move it up and go. And we're through. And just like that, you've got a nice half moon cut in there that'll slip in there and be the perfect weld, in theory. So now, gotta loosen this guy. I'll come out, break my other little piece off here. And look at that. It's not perfect by any means, but it'll do the job. So now we're going to flip her around, do the same thing. Through. Man, this thing is definitely worth the $50. Boom, there's your other half moon. They look pretty lined up to me, so let's head over to the go-kart. Alright, here's my piece. And I mean, yeah, it's not lined up right now, but a hammer will smack that in. But first, before I do that, I'm going to take it over to the bench grinder, get it all cleaned up, get this guy cleaned up here, and this end cleaned up here, and weld it. Got it pretty cleaned up here. Now, I gotta set up the welder because it's all broken down still from when I moved it. So I'm gonna go get the go-kart cleaned up, get it tapped in, set the welder up, get her welded. Alright, got the new cross piece in. I think I might have to tap that in just a little bit now that I look at this in the camera, that'll work. So now, I need to open up my new toy here. Ooh, fancy box. This is the high dollar Harbor Freight one. Yeah. I'm high dollar Harbor Freight, man. Fancy. Oh, look at all that stuff in there. It's an auto darker. This is gonna make my life so much easier. Oh, wow. That is amazing what a helmet will do for you. Holy cow, I can see now. Got this piece welded in. Wow, it's amazing what a new helmet will do for you. My old helmet that I'd always use was just way too dark. I'd say the shade on these auto darks, you can get them to basically 9 to what was it, 10 or something, 9 to 15 or something. I'm pretty sure the old shade on the old helmet was like a 20, so I couldn't see nothing but the light. So now I can actually see what the heck I'm welding. So sweet, I got that piece in. I'm gonna have to pull this radiator back out, get a bolt in there, weld that in, get a couple bolts in there, weld those in. Yep. Basically, you just get a bolt, you put a bolt in there, and then just weld it up. Makes it kind of clean and plugs it up. But yeah, so I'm gonna remount that radiator in here and get that piece on top. Now the fun part. Don't need that anymore. So if I've almost got it cleared off, this one I need to get off. And I have a big feeling it's going to be a pain because it's completely welded all in there. Don't know if it's welded on the back, but this one's going to be tough. Oh, man. That thing is on there, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. Break time. Oh, man. I'm going to turn into Brent. Back at it. I think it should move now. Woo! That was a long time of grinding. Whew, all right. So, got that piece off. Took a little longer than I wanted. Now I'm just gonna get the other grinder wheel, clean this up, get a few angle cuts on this, get that thing welded on the cart. Alright guys, got it all cleaned up. So basically, this is just going to be the exact length it's going to be. I'm just going to have to cut that flat. And then trim this up just a little bit, cut that flat. And then down by the radiator, there's a little mount that goes up top. I'm going to get a plate welded on this side, drill hole, and mount the top onto this bar. And that'll be it for the radiator frame. Okay, got the piece done. Gonna go get it tacked on, and then I gotta get a little bit of flat strap over, down, to catch that little mount on the top of the radiator, and that'll be that. So I'm gonna get this tacked on, get some more cuts, and get this thing welded up. Alright, got the bar in. Nice and protected, I think. Looks pretty good, huh? So now for that upper mount, I just got a little piece of flat strap. Bent it. Probably going to cut it about right here or so. Drill a hole. Weld the top part on. Done. Okay, there's my little piece. So I'm gonna go grab a bolt, stick it in there, bolt it on, weld it up, call it a night. Sweet. Solid. And they ain't going nowhere. Right on, man. Okay, radiator is officially mounted. I leaned it forward a little bit just because of the cap here, so I didn't have to do some weird thing, so I can still take that out, fill it up, do whatever. But yep, that's mounted now and solid. So, got a picture while I was doing all this stuff of the bottom end of my motor. It's put together. So, I'm seriously 100% sure that it'll probably be done tomorrow morning. So, I'm going to start working on that. So, get ready, guys, because I'm super excited. But yeah, so that's going to be it for tonight's video. Kind of a long one. Had to get that radiator in. So now I just need to go get some radiator hose, run it all the way back, get that going. I'm going to have to shorten up this harness. I'm going to get rid of like all the headlight stuff and all the taillight stuff because I don't need that, obviously. So I'm going to get rid of that. Then I need to get me a little light, a green light and red light for basically neutral light and temp light, and get those put in. But yeah, honestly, before I do all that, I'm just going to get the motor hooked up and I just want to hear it freaking running. I'm so excited. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Hit that like button, subscribe, go watch my other ones and see the progress that I've made on this dang thing from basically a month ago. It was in 2 pieces and now it's about to get a motor. So yeah, go watch them and stay tuned for this next video. So thanks, guys. Take care.